My country 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride, from every mountainside, let
Hey everybody, it's your girl SistaKB. I have had my lessons today here at Keyboard Exchange, and I was getting ready to leave, and then it hit me. I can't really count on Randolph Carter, even though I love him to pieces. I'm not sure if he's going to tell you all to make sure that in order to get the notifications, you have to subscribe and hit the bell. Now that's in the key of, never mind, we're not going to talk about that. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell. It's in the key of doorbell or whatever, something close to it. Listen, that's all I needed you all to know. I gotta go because I don't want Randolph to know I'm still here.
Welcome to the showroom here at Keyboard Exchange International. I'm Jim Huss. We're in Sanford, Florida. And with us today, we are pleased to introduce once again SistaKB, along with Randolph Carter. And Randolph is playing on a Hammond B-3. SistaKB, you might not understand all the intricacies in these electronics, but some of our people, if you'll bear with me for just a moment,
Go ahead.
I'd like to explain that Randolph and I played this organ, and you made 2 videos on this organ.
Right.
But when I would listen to the video back, I felt like there was something missing. It just wasn't getting the dramatic highs at the tweeter end. You know, it just wasn't. It was a little dull sounding, and I couldn't quite put my finger on it. But Randolph and I, as we often do in the final testing stages, we figure stuff out of necessity.
Right.
But this organ needed something that it wasn't giving us. We weren't satisfied. So Randolph and I together decided that the wax capacitors, the original wax capacitors in this organ, had seen better days.
Oh yes. It was losing its values, the capacitors itself.
Which they do. I mean, you know, after what's 1957? So a little quick math, it's like 5 decades or more, or less, just to cover myself with the math. Isn't just right? But we don't have to do this too often, and we don't do it every time we have an organ with wax capacitors, because,
Well, most times that they come in, they sound wonderful, but we don't want to change the characteristics of the organ.
exactly, because one time we changed the capacitors and it didn't make an improvement.
It didn't. It actually made it worse.
Yeah, so this is not something that you just change the parts and hope for a better outcome. It has to be carefully considered and reflected upon. And we reflected upon it for several weeks until we finally said, you know, it has to be the capacitors on the generator. So don't everybody run out and change their capacitors. It's only needed occasionally. And it's best determined by someone who's heard a lot of organs like Randolph and myself. But that technicality aside, and thank you for bearing with us on all that.
You're so welcome. I mean, you just took up one part of the capacitor in my brain. Something.
Well, this organ is greatly improved, and I thought we would use this instrument and ask you to sing a song, My Country 'Tis of Thee, and also sing the first verse, and then Randolph is going to get a little more complicated with the chord structure. And then we're going to ask you to repeat the first verse, but in a higher key. Now, this is going to come as a little surprise to you, and maybe we should have practiced this, but just be aware, he's going to go up to a higher key. Now, when you jump that higher key, this double modulation, if you will, or quadruple modulation, it's going to be very dramatic. You might have to hold that chord and let her come in afterwards until she gets the concept. But some of the world's most famous singers, they know the key change is coming, and they've practiced it dozens of times. We're just throwing this at you today to see what happens.
She makes the choir, the ensemble do it on Sundays anyways.
Hey, you in my business? Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Okay, so My Country 'Tis of Thee, sung by SistaKB, played by Randolph Carter in the Kojak key of A flat to start.
My country 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, the land of the pilgrim's pride, from every mountainside, let freedom ring. Ooh, ah, my country 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's bride, from every mountainside, let freedom ring. Oh,
Hi, I'm Jim Huss, speaking with you from the showroom at Keyboard Exchange International. We'd like to thank all of you who have helped us grow our business for the past 51 years, and it is our intent to find good homes for all the instruments we have gathered from all over the United States. Thank you to the families that have preserved the instruments and then sold them to us, knowing that we would find good homes for them. If you, on the other hand, are in need of an instrument, please give us a call. There's been a lot of effort to gather these instruments together, and we would like to make you part of the Keyboard Exchange International family. Let's all work together to keep these fine instruments going long into the future so that we now and future generations can continue to enjoy the wonderful sound of the Hammond tone wheel organ. God bless. Signing off.